values that I stand for, first of all, we need jobs in Garland County, and jobs is at the core of everything that we do. We want our young people to get good educations, and you know what? We want them to stay here. We want to see our children here. We want to see our grandchildren here, and we don't want just minimum wage jobs. We want good opportunities, and there are things that are happening to bring software industries and small industries and manufacturers here, our tourism industry, retirement, housing. We are a resort community, and we need to be aware of that. We're not going to pollute our rivers and lakes and water to go forward. Our beauty is who we are. That's why people want to be here and want to share. So there's a spirit here that we can build on, and that we are building on, and that Kollective Coffee is part of. You can feel it when you're in here and when you're walking the streets. But what are some specifics that can bring jobs to this area? First, I want to mingle that in with the health care. You know, one of the things when I decide to run is you have an opposition on the other side, and I don't want to downgrade my opposition on the other side, but we have very different values. I believe very strongly in the health care legislation that's passed the state of Arkansas. It has brought health care to 300,000 people in the state of Arkansas that wouldn't have it. That's 1 out of 10 people of your friends and neighbors that have access to health care, preventive health care, better lives, because the state legislature passed these laws. But they passed by the narrowest of margins. Has to pass by 3/4 majority because of the structure of the tax law and the taxes that are engaged. 75 people voted for it in the House of Representatives, 25 or 24 against, and that's the margin. You needed 75 to pass. So what we do here can make a difference in the future of health care in the state of Arkansas. My opponent has stretched his neck out and said he's undecided about that. So I'm not decided, and you can be sure I'm going to back health care in the state of Arkansas. Hot Springs, we bathed the world. We were a health and healing community rehabilitation center here. And so that's the core, again, of what we are. And you can be sure that I'm going to stand up for the health care issues in the state. And if you have the Republicans that vote against this, and they say we can't afford it, nothing could be farther from the truth. You know, when we get this health care in the state of Arkansas, we bring in $1.6 billion from the federal government. It has cost the state of Arkansas $0 to have this health care. And if we didn't take it, other states would get that money and other people would be healthier. Now, some of the southern states, many of the southern states have refused it out of some core principles of reducing the deficit. When they do that, they've had rural hospitals close. They've seen healthcare statistics getting worse. Where in Arkansas, we were at one point the worst as far as insurance. 22% of Arkansans didn't have health insurance. That number has gone down to 11% now. So we've led the nation in advancing healthcare statistics. And we have more people with jobs, more people able to hold a job. And when we want to bring new jobs to the state, new employment to the state, they want a healthy workforce. They want a good, smart workforce. So we are helping our state up one side, down the other. And the $1.6 billion, of course, helps our economy thrive as it's bringing in health care. It's bringing in other jobs, jobs for nurses, physical therapists, various hospital workers, bringing doctors in. So we are seeing those advances, and our employment is the best it's ever been in the state of Arkansas right now. We've never had so many people employed as we have right now in the state of Arkansas. That is fantastic. And a part of that growth comes from the healthcare industry. So this is a core principle, and I'm going to stand for that, and it will help our jobs.